and the record for the most title defenses at 7. This guy is the best fighter in the world, period.
Good left by Anderson Silva. I mean, that's just amazing. Confident in his striking. Look at the hands. I think he really is trying to send a message. Looking to finish the fight. Anderson Silva. Are you kidding me?
Every fight starts standing up. And before the fight goes to the ground, Anderson Silva has an advantage over almost every single human being in the world. But if you wanted to build a perfect fighter to defeat a guy like Anderson Silva, it would be a guy like Vitor Belfort.
Wow, that's how fast Vitor can end fights.
The vicious straight left hand. That is Vitor Belfort's scariest and best weapon.
I have a goal to accomplish. I have a mission. Anderson's a very talented and gifted fighter, and I respect that, but I'm not afraid of that. I'm gonna face that.
And as I said, just like that.
I'm fighting the champion. I'm not there to not lose, I'm there to win.
He heard him. That's the phenom. Triangle, watch out, triangle. He's got it.
And still, fighting arguably the greatest fighter of all time.
Before the fight, a guy can say whatever he wants. I prefer to say nothing and let my skills do the talking.
Big challenge. He's not afraid of anybody. He'll step in there against anyone in the weight class. And he has had success against big strikers in the past. And John Bobby Lawler, current UFC welterweight champion. He knocked out Paul Daly in high school in the epic battle. Paul Daly was the biggest power striker in MMA. So Nick Diaz has a...
He is the phenom. Vitor Belfort!
High-level kickboxing training.
He looks remarkably relaxed, focused, but calm. If you've never seen Vitor Belfort fight before, he's one of the most explosive guys in the entire sport. He can change the course of a fight in a split second. And when he gets guys hurt, he swarms, and he swarms like no other. He has unbelievable killer instinct.
5-fight win streak, 4 by knockout or TKO. 13 career victories by knockout or TKO. Finished training camp with that man, the Hall of Famer, Randy the Natural Couture. Brought his entire family here to Las Vegas so he would not be away from his family for training. How important his wife, his children.
And this is the perfect time for this fight for Vitor. Vitor is a mature man now. He's been through so much in his career, so much in his personal life, and at 33 years of age, all that adversity has developed a true character now. He's just a different human being than he was in the past. Will that be enough to defeat the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet? That is the big question.
Vitor said, I'm back. Back to my house, to the place where I built my legacy. And tonight, I will give UFC fans a night to remember, and I will win another UFC title. The phenom, Vitor Belfort. Made his UFC debut in February of 1997.
I was lucky enough to be there for that, Mike, in Dothan, Alabama. Fought Trey Telligman and then defeated Scott Barroso to win the tournament. He was 19 years old, and no one had ever seen hands like that in mixed martial arts. No one knew what to expect. They knew he was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Carlson Gracie, but no one had any idea that he had the kind of hand techniques that he showed that night.
Will Vitor leave the new champion and stop the great streak of the Spider, Anderson Silva?
Middleweight champion, Anderson Silva. 16 consecutive wins in the octagon. Best ever. 10 title defenses. Best ever. The injury in the second fight, Chris Weidman, 13 months later, is back.
So many questions to be answered. How has he recovered from the devastating 2 losses in a row? The first one, emotionally devastating because he was clowning. He was playing around with Chris Weidman. He got caught with that big left hand. The second one, the fight he was losing. He got hurt badly in the first round, throws a kick, and snaps his knee. Excuse me, snaps his shin.
Spent this entire training camp at home in Brazil. Anderson Silva holds the UFC record with 12 consecutive wins. The previous record was 9, held by fellow Brazilian great Royce Gracie, also John Fitch. Tonight, Joe, he looks for a UFC record 8th title defense.
As we said before, he's the most well-rounded, the most spectacular fighter in any weight class. But he's been a champion for a long time, and the weight of being a champ is constantly heavy on your shoulders. Being at the top, being a target for all these assassins. And tonight, the most deadly assassin in the division is across him in the octagon tonight.
None of his first 7 UFC fights went past the second round, starting with the 49-second destruction of Chris Lieben back in 06 in his UFC debut. Manhandled Rich Franklin not once but twice. Henderson, Cote, injury in that one unfortunately for the Predator, Callis Latis, Forrest Griffin, Damian Maia, and Chael Sonnen in the 5th and final round. Interesting, he said in the back and forth for many weeks. Vitor, fellow Brazilian, he said, Vitor, never a friend. Respect, yes, but they're ready to go to battle tonight with the big title on the line.
Well, he helped Vitor when Vitor was down in his career. He trained with him, and I think he was fairly offended. But, you know, this is a sport, and you're a champ. There you see him with Steven Seagal. Steven is an Aikido master, one of the very first in Japan. I mean, most people know him as a movie star, but he's a very, very accomplished mixed martial artist. And he has actually helped Anderson with some techniques.
His ribs were a bit banged up in his title defense against Chael Sonnen. The one thing we know about Anderson Silva, amongst all the great skills, his head movement is second to none.
His movement, period. I mean, he's just so fluid in the octagon, so calm, and he performs under pressure, Mike.
And then the action begins on referee in charge, John McCartney.
UFC middleweight title last changed hands in October of 2006 when Silva beat Franklin. Will it change hands here tonight?
Have been waiting for live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
Our tail of the tape for our main event of the evening. The champion, 35. The challenger, 33. 2 inches taller. Silva will have the reach advantage. Once again, the veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, with Chairman Bill Brady, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, Commissioners Francisco Aguilar, Skip Avancino, TJ Day, and Pat Lundvall. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at octagon side are Adelaide Bird, Glenn Trowbridge, and Saul Diamato. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki. And now, from the sold-out Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 19 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Vitor, the Phenom Belfort! And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai kickboxer and jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record, 27 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion of the world, Anderson, the Spider Silva!
All right, I want to do a clean fight, fair fight. Follow my orders at all time. Defend yourself for all times. Você tá pronto? Tá pronto? Então vamos pra briga.
The wait is over. Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort. Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
I got goosebumps.
Oh, tell me about it.
Here we go, first round, you ready? You ready? Let's go!
Here we go! Southpaw against southpaw. White trunks for Belfort. Yellow trunks with the black for Anderson Silva.
Vitor is classically an aggressive striker, whereas Anderson is a great counter striker. And that is one of the reasons why some of Anderson's fights have not really been that exciting. Guys like Patrick Cote, where they didn't want to lead. So neither one did anything. They got sort of faced off against each other, waiting for the other to make the move.
Cote, the Predator, probably the last more pure striker or striking first-based fighter that he faced. But both of these guys, in addition to that, though, Joe, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts.
Yes. Yeah, Cote is the best striker so far. Vitor is on another level.
Against most of the world.
5 more levels.
Yeah. His flurries are those of legend.
Neither one wants to make the first move, especially this early in the fight.
Who will commit first? It's Belfort. Anderson starts getting that motion going, Joe. That's usually when he's set to get started. Two minutes into round 1. Chance of Vitor. Randy Couture very animated in Vitor's corner.
It was really amazing how many people booed Anderson at the weigh-ins and cheered Vitor.
So many fans have literally watched Vitor grow up inside the octagon, Joe. 19 years old, the Phenom, when he debuted.
I think it's that, but I also think that a lot of people really don't like Anderson.
I think that's fair.
There's been a bunch of fights. Oh, he tagged him with the left. The fights with Talis Latis, the fights with, Damian Maia, where a lot of people felt like they were boring fights and they felt like they spent a lot of money on pay-per-view and they got ripped off. He goes for a head kick and he's down.
Right back up, though, is the Spider.
Anderson lands a knee.
Ducked under the head kick, took him down for just a split second. Now they're starting to open up. Vitor looking for the big left hand.
Outstanding head movement by Anderson.
Like we said, second to none.
Oh! He front kicked him in the face.
Absolutely wrestling to finish. It is all over.
Kick to the face.
Anderson Silva remains the middleweight champion.
A front kick to the face.
Wow!
By the way, that's the first time Vitor has ever been knocked out like that. He was stopped by Randy, but it was a barrage of punches grounded down over a long period of time. Wow.
Look at the class of both fighters. Anderson right there.
Let me tell you something. Not only is that the first time I've ever seen anybody knock a guy out with a front kick to the face in MMA, in any contact sport, in karate, in taekwondo, in kickboxing, I've never seen someone get knocked out with a front kick to the face. I need to see that again in the replay. It happened so fast. Here we go. Let's take a look at it again. Wow. It's almost like Vitor expected it to go to the body. I mean, he saw it coming, he didn't even move. Right to the chin. Incredible. And that's just one of the things about Anderson. He's so unpredictable. He does such wild, unorthodox stuff. The front kick is classically a kick that's used to the body. When a guy gets hit in the face, usually it just knocks him backwards. But Anderson landed it perfectly, the ball of the foot to the chin.
And he remains the middleweight champion.
He's the best. He's the best that's ever been.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 25 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Anderson, the Spider Silva.
Winner by knockout. That's
All right, I'm here with the champion, Anderson Silva. Anderson, spectacular knockout. You caught him with a front kick to the face. Really an amazing knockout. Tell us how you feel about the fight.
Da luta, você nocauteou ele com um chute que ele nunca viu na vida dele. Explica da luta.
Eu acho que eu devo tudo isso a todos os treinadores que passaram pela minha trajetória dentro do esporte, na minha formação como homem, como pai, como filho. E eu devo isso a todos os treinadores, a todos aqueles que acreditaram e acreditam no meu potencial. E eu dedico essa vitória a todos eles. E ao mestre Steven Seagal, que me ensinou esse chute, ficou alguns meses me passando esse chute, ao Dória, ao Ramon, ao mestre Pedro, deu tudo certo. Que antes de eu pensar em lutar, o Vitor já